Hello guys and welcome back to the collection video for January 2024. Hope you've all had a good new year, and today we're going to be running through the entire collection of locomotives and see what's been added, and there will be a video after this with some departures as well. So I will run through everything you need to know about the collection and all of the locomotives, and we'll go through what they are and yeah, well, I think there's 49, so it might be quite a long one. So we're starting off with the southern locomotives then. So not much has changed here for quite a while. Hopefully in 2024 we get some more L&MR locomotives because, no, not L&MR, what the hell? Southern, I was going to go on to the fact that L&MR has grown. That's why, and everything else has, but Southern hasn't. So we still have Blackmoor Vale, which I've had 4 years in February. This will never go anywhere. This is my favourite locomotive in the entire collection. That's a gorgeous one. Another one here, lovely Lord Nelson class by Bachmann. It is an older one. I do want to get a newer one at some point in a different livery, but this will never go anywhere. I love it. One of my other favourites is the Adams Radial tank by Hornby. Superb locomotive. We have two Terriers, and we've got the meme locomotive because it is so fast. It's actually able to make its own memes. So that's never going anywhere because it's flipping hilarious. So it's got an LSWR livery on it. That's why it's with the Southern Locos, but it's also the only place I could find to stick it. So yes. Now on to the L&MR locomotives. We have the Great Northern Railway N2, which I do love a lot. Doesn't come out often, but I've always loved an N2, and I've always wanted the Great Northern one. If there's ever a retooled version, I will get a retool version, dependent on the liveries they announce. Depends what thing is, but I don't think that'll happen, to be honest. You never know, though. Then we have one of the flagship locomotives here, which is the Hush Hush, which is a huge experimental steam locomotive next to the other huge brand new tooled and new build P2 that they're building in real life. So these two are huge, both very expensive locomotives by Hornby. We have the Railroad P2, which will never go anywhere. Always the plan was to have a super detailed P2 and the Railroad one together. That was always the plan from the get-go. So I'm glad I've finally been able to achieve that. So those two will never go anywhere. I love them both. We do have the J50 as well, which is a loco I've had for a very, very long time. They look a bit dusty. I will try and get rid of that. They are a little bit dusty, but other than that, they're fine. J50 is a locomotive I've had for a very, very long time. One of Hornby's best tank engines. Superb locomotive, incredibly heavy as well. So that's a lovely thing. At the back, we have a couple of industrial locomotives. So we've got the Hornby Pug, which is Smoky Joe, that one. That's a Centennial locomotive. So that's a lovely little thing. Then we have Hornby's B2 Peckett and W4 Peckett, which are fantastic locomotives. I'm glad to have an example of those. I believe, well, there will be I think another B2 coming very soon, so hold out for that. Right, now on to some more L&MR. I've got a little bit left. We've got two A4s. So the first one is the Hornby Railways A4, Walter K. Whigham, or whatever you want to pronounce it as. 60028. This is a super detail one in experimental purple. There will be more A4s coming very, very soon, hopefully, because I like an A4. They're quite cool. I like different liveries of them as well, so that's the plan. And then we've obviously got Mallard, because why would you not have Mallard? It is a railroad locomotive, but I believe the bodies are very similar and stuff like that, so it's got sprung buffers as well. But the tenders are different. So the tender doesn't have sprung buffer, so it is a bit odd. But anyway, on to the Thompson O1, which is, I believe, the only Thompson locomotive I have at the minute in L&MR. So I'll have to get a couple more Thompson locomotives going forward. And then we have the Railroad Flying Scotsman, which I've had for a very, very long time. I will never part with it because it's one. I think it was my first proper large locomotive. But I will get a super detailed Scotsman at some point down the line. Now on to LMS, which has grown exponentially. Oh, that's a very big word, I know. In the last year or two. So onto the largest one we have at the minute, which is the Princess Coronation class. Gorgeous thing in the BR lined blue. And then we have probably the smallest L&MR locomotive, which is the Liverpool to Manchester Railway Lion, which is just gorgeous. It is tiny though, absolutely tiny. Size difference, but the funnel means it's the same height, but it's quite funny. No, but it's a gorgeous thing, that. Love it. At the back we have the Hornby 3F Jinty in S&DJR blue, that's number 24. Then we have the Caledonian Pug at the back, which is my first ever locomotive, so that's always going to be there, always going to stay in the collection. All of these locomotives, by the way, this is the permanent lineup, so none of these will be departing. Then we have the gorgeous Bachmann Crab, number 13,000, which is the one that's preserved at the NRM in York, so happy to have that. Then we've got the Midland Compound number 1000, that's the NRM National Collection in miniature locomotive. Then we have S&DJR 7F 89, that's the preserved one as well. I do love a 7F, and they're quite hard to get hold of. Right. On to the last couple. So we have the G2A, which is a locomotive that doesn't come out so often, but when it does, it's lovely, and I do like it a lot. One of the very few 080 locomotives in the entire model rail industry for 00 gauge in the UK. Then we have the Hornby Black 5, one of the most recent additions. This one is number 5000, which is preserved at the NRM Shildon. And then we have the Hornby Fowler 4P. It will be nice to eventually get a red one of these as well. Maybe this one would go instead of a red one, but I doubt it, because I do quite like the black one a lot. Every time I run it, I'm like, well, that looks really good. So I'd probably get one of each, because I do like these a lot. Then on to Great Western now. So we have the 28XX, which is my favourite locomotive in the Great Western collection of locomotives by a long way. Love this thing a lot. Then we have the 94XX, which is a superb locomotive. At the back we have, I think, a Hornby Centenary thing, 2020 thing, so that's nice. Then we have City of Truro, Bachmann City of Truro. Then we have the Bachmann Duke Dog, or Earl class, whatever you want to call it. I just call it Duke Dog, it's easier. Then we have the Hornby Castle class. This is the Hogwarts Castle that is actually a castle. I will eventually get Alton Hall, which is the real version of Hogwarts Castle. It's very confusing. Anyway. And also get some more castles down the line. But this one I do like. I've got a soft spot for it. I don't really want to get rid of it. The intention is to have this and Alton Hall alongside each other. So that's the plan. Then we have Dapol Dinmore Manor. Now, there will be a video shortly about what's happening with the other manors that I've got in the collection and why. But Dapol Dinmore Manor is a permanent member of the collection. I will never get rid of it because I've always wanted to have Dapol Dinmore Manor. But there is another manor that I want to get to alongside it. Reduce the number from 3 to 2, but there is a reason why. So I will tell you all about that in the follow-up video to this. But anyway. Then we have the Hornby Evening Star. It's a railroad one, but I've had it a while. It's been absolutely fine, so nothing wrong with that. We're now on to British Railway standard locomotives. There's 3 of them in the collection at the minute. Then we have Hornby Duke of Gloucester, which is a locomotive that everybody forgets I have because it never comes out. That's why. So that's one that needs to run a bit more. Then we have the Bachmann Standard Class 4. Not really much to say anything about it, apart from it looks fantastic. It's a bit loud and stuff, but I do want to keep it. I do want to get a green one though as well at some point. And finally the last 2 steam locomotives we'll do before we go on to the diesels. We have the Santa Express, which I'm going to keep obviously because it's Santa Express, and the West Coast Railways Pug, which I don't have space for in this bit, but they go on the top, so I'm going to keep those. There's nothing wrong with those. They're quite cool. Right, on to diesels. First, we're going to start off with the Class 68, which I believe is the heaviest locomotive I currently have in the collection. Probably will be for a while because it is immensely heavy. Not ran it for a while, but it does need to come out again. But love it. It's a fabulous thing. Then we have the Bachmann Class 66, another fabulous locomotive. This is one of the first super diesel locomotives I got, and I sort of become a little bit obsessed after that. The Lima Class 60, which I've had for a very long time, won't be parting with it. Intention is to get a super detail Class 60 alongside it, because it was I think it was my first proper big diesel, so I want to keep that. It's a really nice thing as well. Then we have the Bachmann Class 57 in Northern Bell livery, lovely thing. Then the Class 47 in Network South East. This is one of 512 ever made, so it's incredibly rare, incredibly expensive. It is the flagship diesel. Then the latest addition to the collection, which is the Class 24, and we've got the 03 shunter there next to it. Have you noticed they're all in order as well, of their class numbers? Then we've got the Ruston, which everybody forgets I have. In fact, even I forgot at one point that I had the Ruston, because it's very, very tiny. And at the back we have the Bagnall shunter, which is the Hornby Railroad one, but it's network rail livery, so it's quite cool. So that is the 49 locomotives. I've got through this a little bit quicker than I expected. But yeah. Anyway, that is everything that's in the collection and will be staying permanently. We've just got to add to this now. And obviously I haven't got any space, so we're going to have to sort that out. But yeah, pretty much that's everything for now. Obviously there will be videos throughout the year if I get anything to add to it. There's some plans with what to get and stuff. There will be a video shortly of the things that are departing, where they're going and why, etc. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and I will see you very soon for some more videos. Goodbye.